So someone handed me this and wanted it analyzed. A good piano piece, they said, but it doesn't look like anything to me.
Freeze all motor functions.
Debussy's famous Rêverie was published in 1890. Around this time, he also saw some other of his early iconic works come into existence, like the Petite Suite for piano duo, the Suite Bergamesque with Clair de Lune, and the two arabesques. But the Rêverie was actually composed quite a few years earlier, and the publisher Froment decided to print it only after it had been lying untouched for a few years. I guess he was waiting for Debussy to prove his popularity with other works. But Debussy did not approve of this decision one bit, and he wrote in a letter to Froment, "I regret very much your decision to publish Rêverie. I wrote it in a hurry years ago, purely for commercial purposes. It is a work of no significance, and frankly, I consider it to be no good." But we are happy it went into circulation after all, and 130 years later, it's still one of Debussy's most known and beloved piano pieces. It even found its way to the 2016 HBO series Westworld, where it accompanies a new software update by the character Henry Ford, played by Anthony Hopkins, that allows the robot hosts to access traces of their previous identities and experience. Let's start with the form. So we set up this dreamy character from the start, and then the piece basically sticks with it. There's a B section that starts like a chorale, but then the arpeggio figuration grows back and paves the way for a return of the A section, and then there's a final echo of the chorale in the very end as well. So we start with this accompaniment figure. Tredo is very soft and very expressive, but still pianissimo. So it's like a really nice meditative oscillation, like lulling to sleep, preparing the dream world. So it just keeps going, the accompaniment, and then the melody is floating on top of this. So the harmony, it's somewhere between B flat major and G minor, like G minor but B flat. Not really clear. And then of course we play with a lot of pedal to like blur the lines of the words, and then the C, like this is a chord, but with the C it provides a nice color to have it in the pedal. And then the melody floating on top. And there's a little bit something that's going on like with the E natural. Because we have established this as a background figure, the E is, because the key signature is F major and the E is the leading note to F. But when we have established this, the E is has this like a modal orientation feel to it, like a Dorian mode, maybe G minor Dorian. But the explanation comes here. So it's a proper resolution to F major here. Then the D is a 6, just a lush chord. And on the way down we have F major, first inversion, and then C7. That's the dominant to F. So this is a clear cadence. Like we still have the passing notes in the pedal to get the blurriness. So it turns out that the whole B flat or G minor, there was only a prolongation of a predominant chord, like a 4 or a 2, somewhere between. So it's a really nice start of the piece to get this like a blurriness and the unclear character of it. Anyway, rest in F major. And here we get a melody entry again, but now it's a tone higher. And we have this D minor 9. Super nice. To G minor. And now the arpeggios are expanded in the left hand. And we have these dynamics nuances here. Meno piano is less piano. That's compared to the pianissimo. So it means louder here, like slightly louder than pianissimo. And I really feel these like as the waves crashing. So first there's like a small wave. And then the second time it's mezzo forte. So really nice. And like the trick is, I think, to do a diminuendo in the end of the phrase. Because then when you start over, you get the really nice sense of the wave crashing. Now third time, we go back to the when the melody starts on a G. Now it's a C9, new chord. And it's trending downwards, and we're approaching F. So it's like a big runway resolving to F. 2, 5. F major, but here we get a new chord and it's immediately changing direction and pointing forward with the F7 instead of F major, and it's actually F9. This open chord, and pianissimo. But it's the same melody, and the F7 points to B flat. Very nice, get the B flat major 7. And here it's not like these separate waves, now it's one big movement. So starting softer and then keep a crescendo for a long time. Going here, this is quite a tense chord. It's an augmented triad over a G, and then a quick reaction. A soft, like a response to this, like what's going on, and again insisting and reaction. And here the response gets proper time to follow through and leads to this. So it's a resolution to very calm and safe space again. G going to C, major 7. Here starts a second idea of the main section. So we get the melody in the left hand. And it's actually the same rhythm as the first idea, with this quarter note and eighth notes. It's the same rhythm as just that part, but the melodic contour is different. And the character, now it flips to C minor. And we have the accompaniment above in the right hand in smaller cells, so something is like starting to cook or starting brewing here. Just to C minor to D, and then back to C minor, really fresh chord. Fill out with the bass. try again. And this time we get this augmented triad again. Now it's an E. Super nice to play this music. So after this tension, it's basically a long runway back to safety again with these amazing suspensions. So some kind of D minor, but with the suspension. Diminished. Now C7, that's pointing to F. And again, it's an F, but in the melody. And then cadence back. A final detail here. So when we get to these bars, in the score it says to repeat this. But I think that might be a misprint, because it would be much nicer to keep them tied as it is in the previous bars. Because then you would get more space to let the melody ring out and not have to restate the accompanying note. And I think you can hear recordings where they do the ties, so I don't think it's wrong. Anyway. And the figuration in the top comes down as well. And we get really calm rest with long notes. And here starts the B section. So we get this like a new idea with chorale chords. So D minor, but then going to E. It's maybe a little bit of the same move that we had C minor. C minor to D. It's kind of the same move. Now we're starting in D minor to E. Answer one octave down. Going to F. Really nice cadence here. D minor, G13, C9. Like really quickly just pass it through these nice images of extensions. But then it's straight back to this. Now with a little bit of ornaments. And I play this third time a little bit louder. So the piano is like, compared to the pew piano is more piano, so that should be softer down here. When we get back to piano, I play it like more, it's confusing, louder. So that I can do this answer softer. And here it's doing a proper modulation to E major. We go through the B in the bass and some nice chromatic. And we get the bass on the last beat. And here the key signature changes to E major, but we actually I don't think we get a pure E major chord here, because we keep this B pedal point, so the fifth in the bass. And the melody takes the last part of this little contour, just picks that up and runs with it for half a page. So now it's the contour with these block chords. That's typical Debussy. You have one position and you change it within the key diatonically. So it's still kind of a chorale, but it's starting to get expanded, the texture, really nice. Now the same. And here. Something happens here. The G natural is the hint, the key. It's E minor instead of E. So that would be E, but, and the C sharp is really spicy. Crescendo. So you have to do a lot of this crescendo in order to get the effect of the subito piano, suddenly going back, and again a modulation. So it's happening more stuff here in the middle section. It's a nice move from E minor place to C major, the mediant relationship, E to C. And here we get the melody in the left hand. And extra layer on top. And now melody here. So here, this arpeggio figuration breaks through as the waterfall up and down, and it gets more dense and compact, but you should keep the soft dynamics, pure piano. Like, it's easy to want to go forward here, I think, yeah, but pure piano, softer. And pianissimo. And I think some kind of ritardando here. So this is preparing the return of the A section, the main melody. So it's C7 as a dominant, it points back to F, but we go immediately back to the kind of unclear character with the figuration and the blurriness. And the melody, here we have melody between the hands and extra layers both below and on top. So a trick for playing this is to practice only the melody. It needs to sound as if it was one hand that plays it, even though you have to change hand. So then you add the other layers. This is not easy, like it's a really tough place because you need to move so seamlessly between the layers in both hands at the same time. So it's a really big difference between the melody, it's loud, and then soft accompaniment. But the material is the same. We go resolve to the nice F major 6. Now we get the waves in D minor 9. So this second time it's different with the dynamics. You always have to look out for the dynamic differences in Debussy. He's very careful about this. So this time it's meno piano the first time, but then there's a crescendo and a subito piano for the second wave. So if you remember, the first time it's slightly more and then even more the second time. Now it's the opposite, so I do more louder the first time now, like, because it's not new anymore, it's a recapitulation. So it's like a big wave the first time. And it's a really nice effect to, if you have the courage to go forward and then go back, you get the nice effect. Okay, one more time. So here, so we get the same melody as the first time, but the first time it's a different harmony. It's C9, now it's E flat. So we get the E flat major 7. Super nice lush chord. And it says that it should be like the same crescendo and then piano, but my personal taste here, I don't do it 2 times the same. It's more like I go forward and I do a slightly louder piano here to savor this nice chord. But I mean, the music is quite flexible. You can play it in many different ways, like rubato, and interpret the dynamics in slightly different ways. I think the music holds for a variety of interpretation. So this is now the 4th time. You get the 2nd time of the E flat. This is like where I do the most. And then I start to do diminuendo to go down. Because this time it takes a new direction. And we get this final echo of the chorale. It's really trending downwards. Some tension. So it's the chorale, but it's a new character. It's G minor and a dark G in the bass, like something looming here. And A is the dominant harmony here, kind of hinting towards D minor. So 2nd time, going to D minor. 3rd time, it's an octave higher. And the 4th time, like it gets more and more sensitive each time, and the final time we get E in the bass, kind of half diminished. But now. In the last moment, it flips around and do the cadence to F major, so it's ending happily instead of going to minor. But it's kind of tricky because the 3 times before is like pointing to D minor, and then this is a C with this kind of 13 French cadence, C7 to F, and just a big arpeggio. Perdonose is dying out. So all in all, it's just a great piece. You can really savor these lush kind of piano loungy chords going over the registers. And thank you for watching Sonata Secrets. The Patreon shoutout goes to J. Neerman, AB, and F. Eriksson.